When I was a chubby little kid, I will never forget this. He's sitting at like the head of the table. That's where my dad is in our small kitchen. So I pick up my plate, put it in the sink. I start walking to the living room in order to go hang out. He puts his hand on my belly. He stops me. He's like, hey, you know why I can eat whatever I want? I don't get fat. I know when to stop eating.
Dang!
Didn't even look me in the eye. Just goes back to his meal.
Fuck!
In another beep boop episode of Am I the Beep Boop? For making my daughter take a break from going to her best friend's house because the mom purposely bought her a smaller sized dress. Let me tell you about it.
Whoa.
About 2 weeks ago, my 14-year-old daughter, Bonnie, was out shopping with her best friend, Gigi, and Gigi's mom, Lauren. While they were out, Lauren bought them both their dresses she thought were cute. Except she bought Bonnie a size 3. Bonnie said she picked out one that was her size, which was larger. But Lauren put it back and said that the size 3 one would be her aspirational dress towards fitting it to.
Yo, damn.
That's tough. When she came home, she gave it to me and was upset, but also didn't want to say anything bad about Gigi's mom, which I get. First off, Bonnie is a healthy girl. Gymnastics until she was about 11 and grew several inches, dance in the fall and track in the spring, all her choices. So she's got an athletic build. Gigi is a small girl, barely 5 feet, and so I thought at first she got them mixed up. She told me that Gigi's mom got it for her to aspire to try to get into by working hard. I said I'd take care of it and get her the right size. The next day I called Gigi's mom Lauren and asked her why she would do that. She explained that she thought it would give Bonnie something to work towards because she heard Bonnie saying she didn't get asked out last year, but Gigi had several boys after her and that it seemed like it upset her. I told her it was inappropriate and asked her why she would tell a kid she needed to lose weight in order to get attention from boys. Oof. She got defensive and said that it was obviously embarrassing for Bonnie to not have boys into her when all her friends do. She basically said, I'm
There's some
holding...
harsh truths in the way, man. Damn.
She basically said, I'm holding Bonnie back from growing up. Like I won't help her with boys, won't drop hundreds at Sephora, still dress her like a kid, and buy Bath & Body Works sprays instead of fancy perfumes. She said it's messing with Bonnie socially and that she's the only one in her friend group who hasn't had a boyfriend.
Brother.
Then she got personal and said just because I've given up and stopped trying doesn't mean I have to turn Bonnie into a nun.
She's got to fight the mom.
How old is she?
She's got the mom's got they're 14. She got to scrap with the mom.
Scrap the mom.
Doesn't say how old they are.
I think you said they're 14, no?
I heard 11.
Oh yeah, 14. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. No, because gymnastics to 11. Yeah. Okay.
For the record, this is partially true about her giving up. But it's also because Bonnie doesn't want that stuff. I've offered to get her more than Cetaphil skincare and she doesn't want it. She got straight A's last year and I took her to Ulta for a spree.
Okay, pause. As a 14-year-old, you don't need fucking skincare.
Yeah, you have flawless skin.
You don't need skincare at 14 years old. What are you doing? Anyway, sorry,
What
go
if they got
ahead.
acne and shit? Then you
Well, that's different. That's different. That's like a hormonal situation.
She just needs to go carnivore. That's it.
Jordan Peterson did it. And look at him.
Dude, that will fix it.
Sorry, that like triggered the fuck out of me.
No, you would have perspective more than any of us.
Jesus.
Unpause?
Yeah.
Thank you. She got straight A's last year and I took her to Ulta for a spree and all she wanted was some lip gloss and then asked for the body spray instead. I said that it's time for a break. The girls can still hang out, but I don't want Bonnie at Gigi's house. Bonnie got upset over it and I can deal with that. Gigi's mom, however, has gone nuclear over it, spreading poison everywhere she can about me being psycho and doubling down on how
Her mom just sounds like a mean girl.
Honestly, she sounds like a slut, dude.
Yeah, she sounds like one of those like...
Her mom's a slut.
Yeah.
You know how like moms develop their daughters to be kind of like them, right? She sounds like one of those like, she's been a trophy wife, pageant mom kind. Yeah.
Bro, like the fact that she's basing this girl's popularity and growth based on boys' attention. Brother, if I was the dad, I'd be so mad.
But I think the truth is in the middle.
I'm sure it is, but she's also 14. You gotta let her grow up.
She said that Bonnie got upset about that herself.
I mean, there's pressure from her peers and like her school, I'm sure, but
It's like regular teen shit.
It's
But
also,
100%.
I can see
Don't they gotta
moms
work that out though?
Yes.
Like that's at that age
Yeah.
where like you're kind of in this weird space where there's a boy or girl.
Yeah.
They're in that stage where they're like, oh, I don't know who I am. Like all my friends are getting girls or whatever. But then like to base your whole like 14-year-old self on attention from boys.
And who's to say that there aren't guys who like the athletic girls?
Yeah.
Well, the question is,
Why are moms involved anyway?
Also, why are we spending $100 on perfume and stuff?
Moms can be involved.
It's
The
skincare.
other person's mom shouldn't be involved at that level. I think.
Yeah, no. She's making
100%.
decisions for this
because,
girl.
like,
Yes.
It's part of maturing for you to feel things like insecurities and jealousy or envy that your friends are having XYZ.
Yeah,
It's-
that's true.
It's for you to develop or figure those things out. It's not for your friend's mom to be
That's
like,
true.
here's
Yeah.
an aspirational
If you get
goal.
smoked, you gotta get smoked. Yeah.
but
wild.
can you see? Okay, the perspective of two different philosophies. Like one is more like, I'm not materialistic. I'm not gonna be all prettied up, whatever. And then you have the other mom where she sees it as like a part of femininity. Like she's like, I can't believe your mom gave up, and she doesn't want to like be beautiful. And then she's like,
But don't you
poor
guys-
girl, you can do makeup with my daughter and me, and then your mom doesn't do any of this stuff. Like I can kind of see that too.
But you gotta
can
ask
see
for
that, yeah.
for permission when it comes to something that really goes into something that is like that is very personal.
Yeah, she's taking initiative in a way that she thinks it's superior and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's judging the mom.
How did your mom
though the
handle,
mom
handle
admitted
this type of thing?
I was definitely more reserved growing up. I had to get permission for like certain makeup or certain like clothing, or nothing was too revealing. But I think my mom was logical enough to know, okay, she's getting to an age where boys are looking at her and she is having a boyfriend and stuff like this. But my mom never pressured me, or there was never this I guess perspective of what being feminine was supposed to be like. Ladylike, sure, like being classy, sure, but like being pressured. I think society is different now too. Like the Sephora culture and the makeup culture nowadays, and like girls want to look like they're already 25 when they're 14, and the plastic surgery and the social media. I think that is like a whole nother psychological development now. But
Have you seen the whole thing where Gen Zs look older than millennials?
That's crazy.
yeah, it's wild.
But the thing is, like, it's like if, and again, I'm as if I was a mom or something like that in a similar situation. There's a difference between like, like being like, oh yeah, here, why don't I take you girls out for some makeup and everybody gets it, everybody wins, versus dangling a carrot and being like, let me buy you this dress, but like you can't fit.
Yeah, to frame it like that is insane.
That's wild, bro.
And also, isn't the point to make her feel included in those things? Now you're buying the thing that other girls are feeling included by
being
saying
bitchy.
maybe one day you'll fit in this.
Damn,
Well,
to size you down
crazy.
like that.
Okay, I'm picturing this mom being a fucking bimbo, right? And then she, in her mind, there's only one way to think about it. She sees her, she goes, clearly boys don't like you because you're fat. That's what she's thinking in her head, right? And because in their world, women are hot in only one way.
Yeah, that's your only value.
Which is like, or like it's their only value, and you gotta be thin. Like a lot of them, they actually don't know what guys like physically, but they have an image of what they think guys like, and they think guys like super thin. Like, you ever meet like those stage moms and all those like trophy wives and all that? Like, the way they think guys like is just ultra thin, like women that are full of plastic. But that's not the reality.
I mean, it can't be at age 14.
Yeah, because she's gonna grow, she's gonna develop, she's gonna change. Like, just let her.
But I do agree that like if you're fat, that's a problem. When you're a kid, you get
And we also don't
mad
know.
smoked if you're fat.
We also don't know if she's fat.
Because
Right.
she plays sports.
I think it's pretty clear. Like, I'm gonna be the first person to say it. It sounds like she's fat.
Does it though? Because it says she's in. Well, I don't know.
It's the
Healthy.
amount of justification
Well,
makes it
athletic,
sound like she's
though.
fat.
Maybe.
The amount of
Some people
justification.
say she's athletic, but she's a fucking power lifter. Like, come on, dude.
If she's a little overweight, then bro, she's 14. You gotta let her like develop. You know
And
what I mean?
also, even if she is overweight, I don't think you should ever say, "Here's a size 3. Hopefully, one day you'll fit into this."
That's not how you handle that.
That's
Yeah,
not how you handle that at
That's messed
all.
up. But then I do remember there's an age that every kid gets to where sometimes they're too shy to voice their true concerns to their own parents, and other parents end up knowing more about how you really feel.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why I think the truth is in the middle. I think she is kind of sad about the boys thing, about the weight thing, but the mom is like in denial about it because she's never heard that. But I don't think that communication line's not open.
But for another mom to do that to another kid is wild. So if you start, bro, if you start with that, you're already unreasonable. You're already kind of like your judgment is off, right? As a parent to another kid.
That's why I think she's a dumb bimbo.
Yeah, like that's wild.
I think she's thinking, poor girl, let me help you. And she's probably doing a favor for her. I think that's where she's coming
She
from.
thinks she knows best.
And also on a deeper level, you're instilling into this young girl that your only value is how you present yourself and your looks.
Because she's
And if boys like you.
And that's
'Cause
the
that's all
only
she
what
knows.
the only way boys are gonna like
Nah,
you. is
you can't
because
do
of
that
your
to a girl,
looks.
bro.
I'm not saying that it's not important to have a healthy, body and to present yourself in a certain light, but at the end of the day, like that's your only value. This is what we're gonna like harp on what's important.
Have you guys seen Charlie Bartlett, the movie? It has a really good section where like basically he's so concerned about being popular, and then all the adults in his life are always telling him there's more to life than that, there's more to life than that. But then because he's a teenager, he's like what? Like he doesn't understand because right now that's what's most important, and he can't see past it. But it is true. Like, how do you navigate if a girl who's like, she's not as thin as her friends, not as good looking, doesn't get as much attention, is actually verbally saying, "What can I do about this?" How do you navigate a way to help her that's not gonna destroy her in the future?
Get her a small dress. Get her really small.
Let her watch She's All That. You start showing her great Hollywood films.
Take off the glasses and boom.
Miss Congeniality. She's all right.
Yeah, you gotta show her.
But then you're gonna show her those things. She'll be like, "Those people are all old."
You just gotta go Hawaii style.
But you know what? I'd rather have my daughter struggle a little bit in her teen years and then flourish into a more well-rounded woman.
That's the slow build, bro. The slow
I'd
build is the
rather
best
that.
build.
Be like, you know what? You're gonna hate me now. My mom probably did this to me, but in the future, you're gonna have some morals to stand behind.
Because you gotta eat your shit. You gotta eat your shit no matter who you are,
100%.
bro.
Go some balls, motherfucker.
And unless you're Nick, you're not gonna find your fucking high school sweetheart and marry them. It's a very rare.
Yeah.
We got lucky.
Just do it Hawaii style. The mom just walk up to her and like, Kalyne, what you say to my daughter? Just start fighting. Yeah, just start fighting.
Hey, you fucker!
Yeah, don't talk to my fucking daughter, dog. And then they just fight, and then the other ones come up to be a fighter. You know what I mean?
But boys slightly different. Yeah. Boys slightly different.
I can see that, and
I was
could be a little sexist.
when I was a chubby little kid. I will never forget this. I still kind of thank my dad for
You
this.
served your time, yeah.
Yeah. All I know is one time I finished eating dinner, right? And he's sitting at like the head of the table. That's where my dad is in our small ass kitchen, which means the doorway is right here next to me, right? So I pick up my plate, put it in the sink. I start walking to the living room in order to go hang out. He puts his hand on my belly. He stops me. He's like, hey. He just stops me. And he goes, you know why? I can eat whatever I want. I don't get fat. I know when to stop eating.
Dang.
It's a wise man.
Didn't even look me in the eye. Just goes back to his meal.
Fuck.
Yo, Asians are fucking ruthless when it comes to weight, though.
But guess what? That was your dad. That wasn't someone else's.
That's what I'm saying.
When did you lose your weight?
Still, but shit.
I don't know. It's not that I like lost it right away. It's that I'll never forget that, and I still know that to this day. So anytime I like, because everything's a pendulum anyway. Once I go too far on the other side of the pendulum, I hear my dad, and then I go, okay.
Correct yourself.
I thought it was the time that you were playing basketball and you called that other kid fat.
Hey, that was on the extreme end of the pendulum.
yeah.
That was before my dad put his hand on my belly.
And then that kid was like, the kid's like, what? I'm fat.
You're fatter than me. We were just two fat kids arguing, and I was the fatter one.
And you look back and you're like, oh shit, I'm fatter.